Welcome to Local Experience. Today, we're taking a closer look at some of the rarest wines in the world, so rare that tasting them is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. These are not just expensive wines, they hold history, mystery, and stories that can never be replicated. Whether it's due to time, natural scarcity, or historical significance, these wines are some of the most elusive and sought after in the world. Let's explore what makes them so special and why most people will never get the chance to taste them. The wines that time forgot. Imagine discovering a bottle of wine that has been resting undisturbed for over 100 years. These wines are like time capsules, preserving the flavors and craftsmanship of a different era. Some of the most extraordinary wines in the world come from cellars that have remained untouched for generations, developing complexity far beyond what most modern wines achieve. Take, for example, the 1907 Heidsieck Monopole Gout American, a champagne recovered from a shipwreck beneath the Baltic Sea. It had been aging in near-perfect conditions, cold, dark, and pressurized for nearly a century. When opened, tasters described it as uniquely vibrant, with notes unlike anything found in modern champagnes. Each sip is a taste of history, a moment frozen in time. Then there are the pre-phylloxera wines, bottles that predate the late 19th century vine plague that devastated European vineyards. The phylloxera epidemic forced winemakers to graft European vines onto American rootstocks, forever altering the genetic makeup of traditional grape varieties. Any bottle from that pre-phylloxera era represents a taste that is quite literally extinct. The flavors, the balance, and even the texture of these wines are completely different from anything produced today. Limited production and natural scarcity. Some wines are rare simply because they were made in extremely small quantities. The legendary Domaine de la Romanée-Conti, or DRC, produces only a few thousand bottles per year, each one meticulously crafted and highly sought after. The soil, climate, and production techniques used to make this wine are so unique that replicating it anywhere else in the world is impossible. Even wealthy collectors struggle to get their hands on these bottles, as demand far exceeds supply. But some wines are even more exclusive, bottles that were never meant to be sold. Chateau d'Yquem's comet vintages are produced only in years when a comet is visible in the sky, adding an air of celestial mystery to their production. This tradition dates back centuries, based on the belief that celestial events influence the quality of the harvest. Because of their rarity, comet vintages are some of the most coveted wines in the world, often fetching astronomical prices at auctions. Disasters and accidental rarity. Some wines gain their once-in-a-lifetime status due to unforeseen disasters. The 1945 Chateau Mouton Rothschild, for example, was bottled during the final year of World War II, a time when winemaking was disrupted, resources were scarce, and production was extremely limited. Only a small number of bottles survived, making it one of the most historically significant wines in existence. Today, a single bottle can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Similarly, the 2003 Coche de Riz Corton Charlemagne, a legendary white Burgundy, faced extreme weather conditions. A severe hailstorm destroyed a significant portion of the vineyard, meaning that only a fraction of the usual production was bottled. The few surviving bottles have since become collectors' treasures, appreciated not only for their quality, but for the unique circumstances that shaped them. Private collections and wines you'll never taste. Some wines are so rare that they exist solely in private collections, locked away in the cellars of royalty, aristocrats, and billionaires. These wines will never be seen in restaurants, auctions, or even museums. They're passed down as family heirlooms, shared only among a select few. One of the most famous examples is the Chateau Lafite 1787, a bottle believed to have been owned by Thomas Jefferson. It was once valued at over $150,000, but was never opened before being accidentally shattered, proving that even the rarest wines are not immune to human error. Another such example is the 1869 Chateau Latour, a wine so exclusive that many collectors consider it priceless. Some of these bottles have been aged in conditions so ideal that they may still be drinkable today, but because of their rarity, no one dares to open them. They exist in a paradox, valuable because they are untouched yet fulfilling their purpose only if consumed. The myth of the perfect bottle. Some wines are so rare and revered that collectors fear opening them, not knowing if time has preserved or destroyed their magic. A prime example is the 1947 Cheval Blanc, often considered one of the greatest wines ever made. Its legendary status comes from the extreme heatwave conditions of that vintage, creating a wine of unparalleled richness and concentration. But today, only a handful of well-preserved bottles remain, and opening one is a gamble. Will it be divine, or will it have passed its prime? Wine lovers often debate whether these bottles should ever be opened. Some believe that keeping them sealed preserves their historical and financial value, while others argue that wine is meant to be enjoyed, not just admired. The fear of disappointment is real. What if a bottle worth hundreds of thousands of dollars has turned to vinegar? The experience of tasting a once-in-a-lifetime wine. For those fortunate enough to taste these wines, the experience is almost surreal. It's not just about the taste, it's about the history, the craftsmanship, and the privilege of experiencing something so rare. Every sip is a journey through time, a glimpse into a world that no longer exists. The layers of flavor, the complexity, and the emotional weight of the experience make it unforgettable. But in the end, the true magic of these wines is not just in their rarity, it's in the stories they tell, the history they carry, and the people who crafted them. Whether or not you ever get the chance to taste one, knowing about them gives us an appreciation for the art and dedication that goes into making something truly extraordinary. Thank you for watching Local Experience. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into unique cultural experiences. Let us know in the comments, what's the rarest wine you've ever tasted? See you in the next video.